So we'll begin with what happened today on the first day of impeachment 2. There was a debate over whether it's unconstitutional. That's already been voted upon. 55-45 in the Senate says it is constitutional, but that's not what the senators do. They're not in charge of what's constitutional or not. Supreme Court, federal courts are. Now, the big hint was the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts. Now, I'm not going to preside over this, and he didn't. He scooted, even though the Constitution says he's supposed to be the presiding judge in the proceeding. No Roberts, he doesn't want any part of it. Then the next in line was Kamala Harris, the vice president. Kamala, I don't want to do it. Now that's fascinating, isn't it? Kamala Harris could have been grandstanding, could have been there at impeachment 2, the fiasco. No, because the wiser heads in the Democratic Party know this is an exercise in hatred. That's all it is. That's why you're not seeing President Biden cheering for this. Oh, I'll let the Senate handle it. You know, they don't want to be associated with the hatred. They being the Democratic leadership. Now, how does that square with Schumer and Pelosi? They're partisan players. The overall hierarchy of the Democratic Party, which emanates from the Obamas, all right, Barack and Michelle, they don't really want to be tied in. They don't discourage this. They like impeachment 2 because the goal of it is to humiliate President Trump as much as possible and to marginalize anyone who might have supported President Trump, and that could be you. All right? Anybody who sticks up for him, anybody who voted for him, you guys are fringe players because look at how evil he is. So that's what the setup for it is. Now today, as I said, it's all about whether it's constitutional or not. Okay, fine. You got more Democrats than Republicans. You got a few Republicans who hate Trump, and they'll go along with this, but it doesn't really matter. Now tomorrow and the next day, all right, Wednesday, Thursday, each side has 16 hours to present its case on whether Donald Trump should be convicted by the Senate of a high crime or misdemeanor. Okay, are you going to listen to 16 hours of that? I'm not. I'm sorry, but I can't. I just can't. I know what they're going to say. I know the grandstanding. I'm not going to be a part of it. I'll report it because luckily I have producers who are getting well paid to watch it. I can't. I mean, maybe a smidgen here and there, but it's just, to me, it's crazy. So Wednesday, Thursday, 16 hours each side. Whether they take it or not, I don't care. And then they could call witnesses, but I don't think they will. So the vote will probably be next Monday, the 15th of February, and Donald Trump will most likely be acquitted. So today, it was interesting. I told my staff in the morning meeting, I don't think the networks are going to take this. They did. CBS, NBC, and ABC blew out their daytime programming, and they took the opening salvos of impeachment 2. They all don't like Trump. I understand that because people aren't going to sit through this. Regular folks aren't going to sit through it. There were 2 sound bites I'm going to run you, and only 2. Only for repertorial purposes. So the Democrats in the Senate, they want to get off to a powerful start. So they put together a highlight reel of the Capitol attack. Go.
We outnumber you 1,000,000 to 1 out here, dude.
We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Okay. They edited out, the Democrats, and this is just beyond the pale. They edited out, we're going to walk down peacefully. So they cut that out of the president's speech. Now, that is deception at the highest level. No more needs to be said about it. So the entire Democratic Party should be ashamed. So it's now a propaganda outfit. The entire party that was put together by Senate Democrats. And they edited it out. Now, I'm not sticking up for Donald Trump. In fact, I'm going to hit him now. I'm going to hit the president now. But this kind of deceit, this kind of dishonesty is the hallmark of our political culture now. It's the hallmark of it. And our country is so much worse off now that we don't have any honesty at the highest levels. All right. So there is a congressman from Rhode Island named David Cicilline. I don't know David Cicilline. I don't know him. But he made an argument that is probably the strongest argument to convict Donald Trump. Roll it.
But we also know how President Trump himself felt about the attack. He told us. Here's what he tweeted at 6:01 as the Capitol was in shambles and as dozens of police officers and other law enforcement officers lay battered and bruised and bloodied. Here's what he said. These are the things and events that happen when a sacred landslide election victory is so unceremoniously and viciously stripped away from great patriots who have been badly and unfairly treated for so long. Go home with love and in peace. Remember this day forever.
Okay, so I told Donald Trump myself, I've had a half dozen discussions in the past 4 years with him, maybe a half dozen. I said, you have to understand your words can come back to haunt you, Mr. President, because you're not a businessman anymore. You're a president. So you got to be very careful about what you say and what you tweet. Mr. Trump never took my advice, ever. And he speaks and tweets emotionally. First thing comes up, boom, 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 rather than, taking a half hour to look at it. Maybe I can design this artfully, whatever it may be. It is true that President Trump did not recognize the gravity of the attack on the Capitol. That is true. While it was happening, he was caught up in, well, how is this going to influence the certification of the vote? That's what was in his mind. It wasn't, this is appalling, this can't happen in America, okay? And I know that to be true because I was privy to some of the discussions that were going on in the White House while this Capitol attack was taking place. President Trump was mesmerized, as we all were, watching this thing. But he didn't properly put it into context, and therefore he tweeted that. And it looks bad. It looks like he didn't get the essence that this was a criminal act and should never, ever have happened. So that's the most powerful argument to impeach him. But that's not what the charges are. The charges are that he fostered the so-called insurrection, that he was behind it. That's not what happened. Well, Joe Biden is going to be president, and we may be in for some economic uncertainty. That's why now more than ever, I recommend you diversify with gold and silver. The only company I recommend is American Hartford Gold. So please call them right now and tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $1,500 of free silver on your first order. Now, since I've been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold itself up over 40%, silver up over 60%. So don't wait. Call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.